Today on the Fixit Shed, I want to take a look at my 2011 Ford Fiesta. It currently has a rough idle and a P0420 code. So the P0420 is for the catalytic converter. So there are things that can cause the P0420 that aren't the catalytic converter. So before I replace that, I want to make sure that I've tried all the other things. Because even if I replace it and whatever was causing the P0420 code is still a problem, the P0420 is just going to come back. So, and then I've wasted the money on the catalytic converter. So I have gone through and I've replaced the air filter. I cleaned the mass airflow sensor. Today I want to try cleaning the throttle body and see if that helps. So if it doesn't, I'm probably going to move on to like spark plugs and coil at that point. But we're going to wait and see if cleaning the throttle body does anything. So the throttle body is just down here at the end of the intake hose. So we're going to take off the intake hose, remove the throttle body. There's a plug that connects it. So I'm going to disconnect the battery. I'm also going to be disconnecting the plug for the mass airflow sensor. So, and then we should be able to get that out. So disconnect the battery. It's just a 10 millimeter nut. Going to loosen that up a little bit and take the battery off. Disconnect this, pop the safety up. There it goes. Get that out of the way. Alright, so depending on your year, the nut for the hose clamp is either 7 millimeter or 8 millimeter. Mine is a 7. Alright, that hose clamp is loose. Alright, so the air cleaner cover just has 4 screws, 2, 3, 4. They are T25 Torx bits, and I'm going to just pop those out. They actually don't come out, you just loosen them and they stay in the cover. Alright. Free. Yep, that's all free. Now I'm just got to disconnect this hose. There we go. And then the air intake, I got to disconnect from the throttle body. Maybe loosen it up just a little bit more. There we go. All right, and yeah, that looks pretty dirty. All right, so now there is a plug here. Just press in on the tab here and then slide it out. Okay, now that's disconnected. And there is a metal clip that holds it to the throttle body, so that just, the wire came out of there, so I'm going to pull that out of the way for now. Okay, and there are 4 screws. They are also Torx bits, 1, 2, 3, and 4 that hold this in. They're a little bit bigger. They are T30s. All right, there's screw number 1. There's number 2. Okay, number 3, and last one, number 4. Here we go. Okay, now should be able to remove the throttle body. There we go. So there is an O-ring seal inside of here. But I'm going to try and leave that alone. But you can see inside of here It is quite dirty on the butterfly there. So we're gonna try and clean that up. All right, so I am using some air intake and throttle body cleaner to clean this. So let's see. All right, and lint-free towels, paper towels, kind of wet rags. Yeah, and you can see it was dirty in there. So let's see. Okay, that's looking fairly clean. There's still a little bit in the corners here. All right, and on the back side, you can see, let's see, this way, down in here, there's some dirt there. So I'm going to try and clean that as well. Pretty nicely. All right, now we do want to try and open up the throttle there a little bit and get inside. Okay, so I'm kind of just holding it open with my finger so that we can get up there. Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to do the same on this side. I want to try and spray it a little bit. Clean it down here where. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Looks like over there on that side. Okay, and we do want to try and clean the edge of the flap here too. All right. All right, so now I've got it maybe in some better light for you, but you can see I've cleaned it out. It looks nice and clean inside. So there isn't the black dust, soot, whatever it is, inside of there anymore. All right, so let's put it back together. All right, I'm just gonna, I can see in behind the throttle body here, and I just want to get this first screw lined up. All right, and then I get a second one. Yeah, they seem like they're in there. Let's see. I just want to back them out until it clicks. There it goes. And then I'm making sure that I get it threaded correctly. I do not want to cross thread these. Yep. There's probably a torque spec on these, but I'm just going to make them good and tight. I don't want to strip them again, so just make them snug. Okay. All right, so now we can plug it back in. Actually, I want to put that clip back on this wire too. Where'd that clip go? Looks like it goes this way. then that just holds it on the tab here. That's on. Probably should have put this in first, but that's okay. There it goes. That clipped into place. And the wire is secure. All right, now we just put the airbox back on. Connect the intake hose. All right, that's back in place. Reconnect this hose. And then we've got 4 screws that hold down the airbox cover. All right, that's on there securely. Need to put the MAF sensor plug back in. That's in and clipped back down. I got to tighten up this hose clamp. Okay, that's on. Anything else? Yeah, put the battery back on. Okay. All right, so it looked like it definitely needed to be cleaned. It was a little dirty inside there, so a little cleaning certainly didn't hurt it. Still feels like I have a rough idle, so I'm probably going to move on and try to replace the spark plugs and coil and wires. All right, so if you got something out of this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to help this channel out, please consider subscribing or becoming a member by clicking the join button below. Thanks for watching. Take care.